like my new star.
I like it fine, Eli.
I like it, too. Can I get you something?
No.
Well, good. Come in. Sit down. Sit down.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How's Norman doing?
Oh, Norman's turned out to be a real asset.
That's good.
And then I have the pleasure of seeing your daughter-in-law once in a while, too.
Yes, there it is. Eli, I'd like you to do me a favor.
Happy to, if I can.
Convince Norman to go back to school. He respects you.
He respects you, too, Mr. Harrington.
I'm his father. He doesn't listen to me. Maybe he'll listen to you.
I think he'll listen to you in the long run.
But I'm talking to you because I believe you have influence with Norman.
Well, for what it's worth, I think it's important for Norman to make his own decisions and live by his own decisions, even though we wise men may think he's making a mistake.
I don't think I know it's a mistake. And I believe you do, too.
Well, you can be sure. If Norman asks me what I think he should do, I'll tell him.
Oh, Dad. Oh, hi, Leslie.
Thanks, Elliot.
Say, I ran into Rodney down at the garage. He's up to his ears in grease and wrenches and the engines of tired automobiles.
Good, that's the only way he'll learn.
He's really determined, isn't he?
I don't have to tell you I'm proud of him.
Say, that mechanic that works for Rodney, Lee Weber? Yeah, Lee Weber. He's got kind of a chip on his shoulder, hasn't he?
Lee Weber came with the business. He knows all there is to know about cars, invoices, gas, everything. Rodney's a novice. Will you think about what I asked?
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Is that the Weber boy with the blind brother?
Yeah.
A terrible accident at the Bluff.
Yeah, I know.
I see him down at the wharf once in a while. He stops by for some chowder to lug home. Never the kind to stop and talk. Always have the feeling that he's lugging home some problems, too.
He made a crack about Allison.
Rough?
No, not the words, just the feeling I got. You know me, the overprotective father. What did Leslie want, anyway?
Want somebody to hear him out? Just like you, he's worried about his kids.
See you later, Dad.
Oh, I think about a half an hour, Betty.
You're under oath.
Well, then 45 minutes.
Have you forgotten? It's our first day home.
Oh, I haven't forgotten. I've been thinking about it all day.
Well, let me tell you something. It isn't too early for a wife to feel neglected.
Keep nagging. I love it. Just a second, Nag. Come in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll wait outside.
Did you want to see me?
You're Stephen Core?
Yes, please, sit down. Sorry.
That sounded like a woman.
Don't worry, I'm under oath. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Please, sit down.
Howard. Ann Howard.
Well, what can I do for you, Miss Howard?
My maiden name was Ann Colby.
You know, if it turns out that we were in the first grade together and I told you I'd never forget you, I'm going to be awfully embarrassed.
No. I know this will sound strange, but I don't know how else to say it. I was the girl on the bluff. Sailor's Bluff.
Sailor's Bluff.
17 years ago.
You were the girl on the bluff 17 years ago.
I don't mean it to sound like a riddle, Mr. Cord. It was when Christopher Weber was so badly injured.
Oh, I was afraid that's what you meant. You were the girl who...
I was accused of pushing him.
And I was there, wasn't I? I was one of the youngsters who accused you. Forgive me, Miss Howard, but I haven't thought about that day in many years. I haven't wanted to, I suppose.
Well, there's no reason that you should have. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this. It's a little like my rushing in here and yelling there's an elephant outside and he's on his way up to see you. It is a little bizarre.
Oh, that's true. I never would have remembered your name, and I certainly wouldn't have recognized you.
But you do remember the day.
Well, it's a blur. I remember seeing Chris lying at the bottom of the cliff, and I think I remember being questioned by the police along with the rest of the kids, and being so excited by all the uniforms and the badges and the guns and... Oh, yes. Yes, I remember, too. We all said you did it. That you pushed Chris off the cliff. Please sit down, Miss Howard.
Mr. Cord, I was a child when it happened. We all were. But for many years afterwards, I believed what they all said, that I was responsible. I lived with that. I had no choice.
I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing to live with.
Thank you. No. But as I said, when you're a child, you have no choice. You're too young and too terrified to ask questions or to protest or defend yourself. But I've begun to feel that the story I accepted all these years is just plain wrong. And that's why I've come back to Peyton Place.
You don't intend to try to reopen the case?
No, I know it's much too late for that. I just want to find out what happened at the bluff. What really happened.
Well, if I'm any example of the town's memory, Miss Howard, you may have set an impossible task for yourself.
I wouldn't know how to go about talking to people and asking questions. I'd be too embarrassed.
You'd like me to do it for you?
Yes, I would. You see, I'm living here now. I'm working at the hospital. I'll pay for your services. I'll pay something every week, no matter how long it takes.
I was one of your accusers, Miss Howard. Now, what do you hope to accomplish?
I think that you may find that I had nothing to do with Chris's fall, that it was an accident.
And if it wasn't, are you inferring somebody else pushed him?
Well, that I don't know.
One more question. What if you go through an inquiry? What if you ask all the questions and you drain yourself dry doing it, only to find out that the original story was true? Now, what then?
Then, Mr. Cord, there would be no more doubts.
Is it worth it?
Let me tell you something. Now the doubts are harder to live with than the accusations. I realize that you don't know me. I don't know you. I only know your name, so that's why I came to you.
This kind of investigation isn't exactly in my field.
I don't know how else to begin except by trusting someone, trusting you.
It's a police matter.
After 17 years?
It's a police matter.
I want to thank you, Mr. Cord, for taking the time to...
Don't thank me, Miss Howard.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Did you tell my father about our talk? No? What makes you think I would? You were all around me, laughing and yelling, turning me around until I got so dizzy I could hardly stand.
knock it off.